Testing, testing. Excellent. Thank you very much. So before we get started on the closing remarks, I did want to, there's some LiDARs to give away, I guess. So we'll just get this out of the way. But please stick around until the end, and then once you're gone, go into the shockingly empty and clean exhibit hall and bother the guys from SICK. So without further ado, from the Brazilian Institute of Robotics, we have Pedro. Is there a Pedro? Okay, well, good luck. Okay, great. No, stick around, stick around. I like the audience, it's all right. Thank you. Number 2, from the Universidad de Chile, we have Nicolas Vidal. There you go, awesome. And you get a LiDAR, and you get a LiDAR. And from the University of Tokyo, we have Yuki Tsuji. There we go, I see you back there. And from the Zebracorns, we have Olivia. There, I see waving. You probably can't put it on your chassis, but I'm sure you'll have fun with it. And from Lili, we have Renee Beltman. There's someone. Okay, perfect. So once we're all done here, go and collect your prizes, so to speak. Okay, well, we are finished. Woo! Let's give it a hand. I can see like 10 of you because of these lights, but we're good. So just to get a show of hands, how many of you this is your first ROSCon? Holy crap! Okay, wow. All right, thank you. How many of you is your 7th ROSCon? Okay, we can actually count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right, well, we're sticking around. And just because we've had some really interesting discussions with people throughout the breaks and throughout the sessions, and we're definitely seeing the influence of people who actually know how to write code on the robotics community, how many of you started in a career other than robotics? Look at that. Okay, we are finally taking the world back from cat mem companies. Okay, so this is all of you. Again, we couldn't have done this without you. Please continue to be involved in the ROS community. So give yourselves a hand first and foremost. Also, I do want to give a shout out to the 2,000 odd people who are currently, or we're watching from the internet. So new record. I think we probably shattered the previous record by a factor of 4. We had 2,000 unique sessions, upwards of 2,000 unique sessions on the live stream today. So everything from China, where they had some nice evening entertainment, the ROSCon, to 126 people in the United States who woke up at 3 a.m. So you can see the live streams are being used. This is really great. So why don't you all give a hand to the people who couldn't make it and are currently listening. And because we love statistics but not consistent colors, Brian was talking about this earlier today, and I just throw up some just patterns. Interesting, even in 2016, so ROSCon number 5, because I can count, we had 38% students, and now we're going around to 18.7% students. So either the prices are going up or we're not serving enough pizza, I'm not sure. But we've got a really, really great pattern going on here. Well, maybe it's not, who knows. And then also, as Brian spoke about in the opening remarks, but just to show the pattern that ROS truly is not becoming, but is a global community of roboticists and other related parties, shall we say. We have, looking at in 2016, which was held in Seoul, 44% in APAC regions. In 2017, and that was followed by other. I'm not sure what other is. 2017, we had the majority, just over 60% from the Americas, followed by Europe, then followed by Asia. And in 2018, we have Europe taking the lead, the Americas, and then Asia. So we're seeing a really great pattern of tons of people around. And every time I've done this talk and I ask how many people this is your first ROSCon, the entire room raises their hands, which makes me ask what we did wrong. And moreover, this is the 4th time ROSCon has sold out. But more seriously, the pace of selling out is becoming very, very quick. We sold out right on the edge of opening general registration. So basically, all of you, I think all of you, or like 95% of you came in on the early registration rate, which as a person who watches the budget kind of makes me cry on the inside. Yes. Hi, Roberta. But we are looking at, we've largely allowed ROSCon to be the same thing, to just make it a little bit bigger year after year after year. We think that to really bring in all the people who want to participate in this, it's that we need to change up the conference to support a larger conference. We're not sure what that will be, but we know there will probably be a change in format, and it's very important for us to continue to capture the community, like just the great community we have here. So we're trying to find a way, and we're thinking very hard about how we can continue to keep this going while not having 80 people on the waiting list. And I mean, it was a very, very difficult situation. I mean, we're one of the organizers, ClearPath is one of the organizers, and the sellout meant that we couldn't bring as many people as we wanted either. So it's really affecting everyone. So just all I can say there is stay tuned. All right, so sponsors. Oh, I probably messed up all of, oh, what have I done? Oh. Animations. Curse thee. All right, so I'm just gonna leave it like this and then we'll go drop back in. So this is the sponsors. So we actually sold out on sponsors too. It turns out that is indeed possible. So give your sponsors a hand. I think there's 47 of them. We're kind of going into limits of vision here. So yeah, thank you so much to all the sponsors. They're the ones who let us have just the great food and great atmosphere, and and meant that I only cried a little bit when every one of you got in on the early bird prices. So thanks everyone. And also in terms of the diversity program, again, this is also expanding, where we had a record number of diversity scholars in origin locations. So these are the highlighted sponsors for the diversity program, some of whom sponsored both. Hint, hint, everyone. Amazon, Fetch, Google, Early, Apex.ai, Locus, SICK, and last but not least, of course, Open Robotics. So just, again, all the sponsors, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, well, I see an ominous, oh, here we go. Oh, click. Now I know how the lightning talk people feel. I'm not listening to that, you know that, right? Finally, just all the organizing committee, the program committee, the diversity committee, and the staff of Meet Green, this definitely wouldn't have been possible without you. So please give everyone who helped out, from paper selection to just coordinating everything, a hand. Their faces are all up here. So. Also, the staff that we have here, the AV staff, the rest of the staff at the NH, this has been a really great venue, really great. Yeah, I'm getting there. How many times have I done this? The NH staff, the AV staff, it's really been great. It tends to, or it's increasing quality, and yes, the volunteers who made it possible for the organizing committee and the staff to sleep in a little bit more than we otherwise would have had to, and to get every one of you in here very quickly, as quickly as possible, and just make sure this runs smoothly. So give all of those people a round of applause, please. All right. Does anyone remember, can you raise your hand if you remember this graph from last year? I put this up, I'm like, okay, who loves extrapolation? All right, so I did, this is real data. This is where we landed this year. I'm so proud of myself. 42%, so 42% of official talks were primarily about ROS2 or relied entirely on ROS2. That's really incredible, and this is really funny. We'll just call that Ryan's Law or something like that. I know more seriously, there has been a lot of discussion in various forums on discourse, I'm sure in person at pubs, about the transition to ROS2 and how this works. I don't think there's any clear good answers right now, that there's one person who holds all the answers, except Tully, wherever he is. Put you on the spot. But I think what we're seeing here is that we are seeing a ton of adoption and a lot of people really validating the work that the OSRF and now a number of academics, hobbyists, and other people are really putting into this. So it may not be cleanly, fully adopted into everything, and that's certainly the case, but some of us who were at ROSCon 1 do remember what ROS was like then too. And if ROS2 in ROS2 in 7 years has the impact that ROS1 has had over the last 7 years, it's going to be really spectacular. So I actually do want to give a round of applause for just all the developers who are putting their necks out and starting to work on this stuff here. The videos will be released in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned. There'll be all manner of announcements on this, and this is actually now past tense. All of you presenters, you have just received emails asking you to submit your slides to a form. So use the form, please don't email us. There's a form to fill out, PDF your presentations, and we'll get them online as quickly as we can so that all of you can go back when you finish your travels back home. You can immediately reference them and talk about all the things that your companies and schools and labs need to adopt right now. So if you are interested in being on the org committee, the program committees, becoming a local chair, hosting any ROS meetups, or following in the footsteps of ROSCon and ROSCon and hosting a ROSCon local event in your community, please reach out to info@openrobotics.org. And in particular on the last part, we actually have been putting together some guidance documents and policies and other guidance on how to make a ROSCon local work based on a lot of our expertise and experience running this, sometimes painful experience running this. So all of that is part of the ROSCon local stuff. So please reach out, let us know what you want to do, and take it back to your native countries, your native languages, and hope to see more of these reports by this time next year. Now, ROSCon 2019. Of course, we're not yet sure where. We will let you know. We promise. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, and in general, if you like this whole social media thing, here are a bunch of hashtags and handles. I believe this is the Twitters and Instagram, maybe not, maybe Snapchat. We're not sure. Definitely Twitter though. So yeah, there's some hashtags. Great. All right, that's everything. Did I miss anything? Okay, great. So thank you again, everyone, for coming. This has been another spectacular experience. Have safe flights home, safe travels. Enjoy the city. Just thank you all very much.